This badge, I was supposed to create a PowerPoint over a theme, which mine is learning to count. So here's my introduction. The first thing we will be learning about is skip counting. Skip counting is one of the first things you need to learn before you can start counting. So what skip counting is if you see right here, this is a chart, you can count by 2s, 3s, 5s, 10s, 100s, but it's skipping every other number. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's basically groups, and you can do this many ways when you're teaching a class. You can do it by having objects on the table. You can have teddy bears, you can have candy, you can do activities. Up here it shows like a little game. You can fill in the boxes here and then play the game. You can also do hands for littler kids to learn. There are so many different ways to do skip counting. It's a very easy concept. The next thing you need to learn is evens versus odds. So here are some pictures. Here's a chart over here saying evens and odds. It's kind of like skip counting, kind of not. Odd numbers, they are every other number like skip counting, but odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8. Evens are blue and odds are red. There's also even and odd numbers here. These are also very easy to learn. You can use candy with kids. You can use objects. There's so many different ways you can teach them evens versus odds. There's also a chart right here showing even and odd on a timeline. After you have learned those basic steps, you can start learning to add and subtract. There's so many different ways you can learn how to add and subtract. Some you can use your fingers, you can use objects, you can use a timeline. You could again use candy for kids to get their attention. But most important is they learn the basic things before adding and subtracting. Over here is a worksheet. They can also use these little cube things to help them. And then if you click here, it takes you to another page, and it's adding, subtracting, continued. After they learn how to count, they also need to learn the symbols and keywords for both adding and subtracting. So over here is a chart of subtraction. Some of the key things is minus. If they see a minus sign in a problem, they know they're subtracting. Less, left, take. Then over here is addition keywords, and the symbol is a plus sign. So if they see a plus sign, they know they're adding, but they're also, the keywords are total, come, altogether, both. And once they get all of these steps, they can now go back to that chart that I just showed and start adding numbers together. And if they know all of this, they should get the hang of how to count pretty easily. Thank you for listening.